Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a world where your memory resets every 80 minutes.
Just gone.
Yeah, completely. Yet somehow, profound mathematical truths and, well, deep human connections don't just survive, they actually flourish.
It seems counterintuitive, right?
Totally. Today, we're diving into an extraordinary stack of material. It's excerpts from Yoko Ogawa's really poignant novel, The Housekeeper and the Professor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a story that beautifully challenges our understanding of what memory truly is. It illuminates the hidden, almost poetic beauty of numbers.
And shows how this really unlikely trio can forge an unbreakable bond. It's quite something.
It really is.
What's fascinating here, I think, is how this story, well, okay, it's fictional.
Right.
It offers such a rich tapestry to explore these fundamental human experiences. We'll look at how we adapt to life's most challenging conditions, the inherent value found in just simple interactions.
Yeah, the everyday stuff.
Exactly. And the universal language of mathematics that seems to transcend even these severe limitations.
So our mission today is really to extract the surprising facts and deep insights from these pages.
Yeah, help you appreciate the profound elegance of both numbers and, well, the resilience of the human spirit.
That truly sets the stage beautifully. What strikes me immediately is how this setup forces a kind of radical presence.
Oh, absolutely. Not just for the professor, but for anyone interacting with him.
Exactly. You'll discover how a compassionate housekeeper and her young son navigate this unique world, this brilliant mathematician with this very peculiar memory condition.
And through that, it reveals this whole world of amicable numbers, perfect numbers.
And a surprising, almost spiritual love for baseball statistics.
Which seems random, but it fits perfectly.
It does. It's a deep dive into how connection persists, even when chronological memory completely fails. A life measured in 80 minutes. One detail that immediately captivated me, right from the source material, was the professor's core condition. Our story centers on this man we only know as the professor, and the text introduces his defining characteristic straight away. His memory lasts precisely 80 minutes, no more and no less.
80 minutes, it's so specific.
It is, and this isn't the gradual decline of senility or something like that.
No, it's sharp. It's the abrupt, fixed consequence of an automobile accident 17 years prior.
Right, so it effectively traps him back in 1975, perpetually.
Which immediately raises this profound question, doesn't it? I mean, how do you construct a meaningful or even just a functional life with such a severe, continuous memory deficit?
How do you even get through the day?
Exactly. And the text reveals the professor's ingenious coping mechanism, his suit.
Ah, the suit with the notes.
Yes, it acts like a living external hard drive, you could say,
Nice.
covered with innumerable scraps of notepaper, each one attached to him by a tiny binder clip.
Little anchors.
Precisely. These notes bear crucial information like, my memory lasts only 80 minutes, or, today is February 20th. They're his anchors to a constantly shifting present.
He's essentially found a way to, well, externalize his short-term memory.
Creating this physical timeline that he can reference anew every hour and 20 minutes.
It's an incredible system, but it also means that for the housekeeper, well, every single morning is effectively a first meeting.
A brand new introduction every day.
Yeah, and his initial interaction is invariably a numerical query. What's your shoe size?
What's your telephone number?
Right. And these aren't just, random icebreakers. The text describes how numbers were also his way of reaching out to the world.
Yeah, they felt safe, a source of comfort for him.
So for him, every number holds this potential significance, a hidden order just waiting to be discovered.
And he would invariably find deep meaning in any number given, creating this fresh connection point each and every time.
It's quite beautiful in a way.
Indeed. And you immediately see the impact on the housekeeper. Now, she's a professional, right? Over 10 years of experience.
Yeah, she's not new to difficult clients.
But initially, she's just perplexed by the professor's unique difficulties. She even notes his client card had 9 blue stars.
9. That's a lot of turnover.
A record of previous housekeepers who just couldn't adapt. Yet her professional pride, coupled with this innate empathy and a quiet determination, it drives her to find a way to connect.
She doesn't just give up.
No, she commits to understanding even as he treats her as a new housekeeper daily. This repetitive newness, it sort of forces her to look for deeper non-chronological ways of relating.
Which is fascinating.
Uh-huh.
What's also interesting and quite restrictive is the role of his sister-in-law.
Yes. She's the one who employs the housekeeper.
And sets these really strict rules.
Mm-hmm.
I must ask you not to come and go between the main house and the cottage.
I would prefer that you resolve any difficulties without consulting me. Basically, leave me out of it.
Right. This directive effectively isolates the professor's world in his small cottage.
It creates this contained, intimate space where the housekeeper and professor are just left to navigate his condition largely on their own.
It inadvertently forces them, really, to rely solely on each other, to find that common ground without any external interference. The unfolding of mathematical beauty.
And it's within this isolated yet strangely intimate world that, well, the true star of our deep dive emerges.
Mathematics.
Yes. The professor, a former university expert in number theory, communicates his passion in the most remarkable and often profoundly moving ways.
Like that moment with her birthday.
Exactly. One evening, a seemingly ordinary conversation about the housekeeper's birthday, February 20th, which he instantly notes is 220.
And the number on his prized wristwatch, 284.
That sparks this revelation that changes everything.
It's such a key moment.
It really is. This is a beautiful, pivotal moment that introduces us to amicable numbers.
Amicable numbers.
Yeah.
Explain those again.
So the professor explains their unique relationship. The sum of the factors of 220 is 284, and the sum of the factors of 284 is 220.
Wow. So they define each other, in a way?
Perfectly. Think about that for a moment. Two distinct numbers, yet each is perfectly defined by the sum of the other's factors. It's such a profound metaphor for connection and reciprocity, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
Especially for him.
Yes. He emphasizes how rare they are, noting that Fermat and Descartes were only able to find one pair each. For the professor, who's constantly losing his present, finding these inherent, unchanging, reciprocal connections must be incredibly grounding.
Like finding solid rock and shifting sands.
Exactly. A divine scheme, he calls it. It teaches us that true connection can be found in this deep understanding of another's essence, even without that shared chronological memory.
And it's not just amicable numbers that light up their world, is it?
No, not at all. The professor also introduces them to perfect numbers,
Right, like 6.
where the divisors, 1, 2, and 3, sum up to 6.
Or 28.
1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 14 equals 28, where the sum of their divisors equals the number itself. Perfect.
He even talks about abundant and deficient numbers, giving them these distinct personalities.
He does. He describes how 18 secretly carried a heavy burden because the sum of its factors, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 9 equals 21, is greater than 18.
Burdened by abundance.
Right. While 14 fell mate in the face of its terrible lack because its factors, 1 plus 2 plus 7 equals 10, sum to less than 14. He imbues these abstract concepts with this vibrant, almost human quality.
Makes them feel alive.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the professor's unique teaching style is just absolutely crucial.
It's not just lecturing.
No, he doesn't just present facts. He invites participation, he values intuition, and perhaps most importantly, he has this special feeling for what he called the correct miscalculation.
A correct miscalculation. I love that.
Yeah, he believed that mistakes were often as revealing as the right answers, which is such a generous way to teach.
It really fosters confidence, doesn't it? Especially for the housekeeper who admits she hated math so much that the mere sight of the textbook made me feel ill.
Imagine going from that to finding beauty in it. He's teaching her not just mathematics, but a way of seeing the world, a philosophy that embraces exploration over just strict adherence to right answers.
Which, in a way, kind of mirrors his own non-linear experience of time.
That's a great point.
So ultimately, what these lessons reveal is that through these profound mathematical encounters, the housekeeper's entire perception of the professor, and maybe even of life itself, begins to transform.
She's not just learning about numbers, she's witnessing a different way to understand the world.
A realm of eternal, unchangeable truths. She starts to see math as a way to illuminate these invisible worlds, almost like copying from God's notebook.
It's incredibly profound, and it isn't just about problem solving. It's about finding a sense of cosmic order and beauty, a constant amidst the professors and her own shifting reality.
The catalyst for connection.
The dynamic truly shifts, however, when the housekeeper's 10-year-old son enters the professor's life.
Wow, the son, yes.
Initially, the professor is, well, understandably, quite upset at the idea of the boy being left alone while his mother works.
He gets quite agitated, doesn't he?
Yeah, go home right now. You should make dinner for your child. Go home, he exclaims. But then there's this moment of profound empathy.
and a compassionate solution emerges. Beginning tomorrow, you'll bring your son along with you.
This single decision just changes everything.
It's absolutely a pivotal moment in the narrative, a true turning point. The professor, despite his 80-minute memory, immediately embraces the boy.
And gives him that nickname, Root.
Root. He explains this choice because the flat top of his head reminded him of the square root sign.
Which is quirky and visual.
But the nickname is far more significant than just a physical resemblance. He goes on to say, the square root sign is a generous symbol. It gives shelter to all the numbers.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't it? In this lovely metaphor, root becomes this physical and emotional bridge, a steady, unchanging point of reference in the professor's ever-resetting memory.
So for someone who lives in constant discontinuity, Root offers this unique form of continuity, a constant.
Exactly.
And Root's consistent presence, it just profoundly transforms the professor.
You really see a change.
Yeah. Before Root, the professor's interactions were primarily logical, mathematical. But with Root, his table manners improve dramatically. He's more engaged, more aware of his surroundings.
He notices things more.
He actively engages Root with questions, even questions about past and future, which is remarkable given his condition.
And gives gentle corrections about etiquette, showing this newfound concern for the boy's development.
The professor, who once considered numbers his only friends, now tells Root, you need to get lots of exercise while you're young.
It shows this deeply human, almost paternal concern that seems to transcend his memory condition.
It's like Root unlocks a fundamental caregiving instinct within him. It's really touching.
We truly see the professor, once so isolated in his mathematical thinking, now actively prioritizing Root. He readily gives up his precious thinking time, his private contemplation of numbers.
Which must have been sacrosanct.
You'd think so. But he gives it up to help Root with homework, telling him, a problem has a rhythm of its own, just like a piece of music.
Finding patterns everywhere.
Always. And this nurturing role extends even to physical protection, a really primal instinct that shines through later in the story.
Ah, at the baseball game.
Yes. Even when his conscious memory of the boy might have just reset, it demonstrates that the impact of a relationship can be profoundly felt and acted upon, even without continuous explicit recall. Baseball, friendship, and Euler's elegant truth.
The deep dive into their evolving relationship extends into this unexpected, yet somehow perfectly logical world, baseball.
Particularly the Hanshin Tigers.
Right. Root is a devoted fan, and the professor, well, he's never seen a live game.
But he's a connoisseur of its statistics. He knows that no other sport is captured so perfectly by its statistics, its numbers.
He just revels in the data, doesn't he? The averages, the percentages, finding the same elegant patterns he finds in pure number theory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we learned about his hero, the pitcher Yutaka Enatsu.
Whose uniform bore the perfect number 28.
28. It's this beautiful convergence of his two great passions numbers and through Root, baseball.
It really provides a fascinating intersection of the professor's passions and serves as this powerful testament to the enduring nature of his affections, even if they reset.
The story details this trip to a live baseball game, which must have been a profound challenge for the professor, who apparently hated crowds and chaotic environments.
Yeah, you wouldn't think he'd go.
Yet he goes, gripping Root's hand, allowing the boy to guide him. He marvels at the stadium's scale and atmosphere, but his comfort, his anchor, remains in the numbers.
He starts pointing things out.
Oh, yeah. He shares numerical insights about the game, like the diamond is 27.43 meters on each side.
Of course he knows that.
Or pointing out the Ruth-Aaron pair, 714 and 715, which represent their seat numbers.
A Ruth-Aaron pair? What's that?
They're consecutive integers, where the sum of their prime factors is equal. 714 and 715, Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth's home run totals at the time.
Wow, so it's another delightful example of this hidden numerical connection.
Made personal by their shared experience right there in those seats.
And then there's that really dramatic moment during the game.
The foul ball.
Yeah, foul ball almost hits Root, and the professor, without any hesitation, spread out his arms to cover Root, shielding him with his entire body.
Just pure instinct.
This physical act of protection, this primal, instinctive gesture of love, it occurs despite his 80-minute memory.
It just underscores the depth and permanence of his affection for Root. It shows that some bonds, some emotional imprints, they transcend the limitations of conscious recall.
His love for Root is just woven into the fabric of his being, isn't it? A constant, even in a mind that constantly resets.
Beautifully put. And we see the culmination of their mathematical and emotional journey in one of the most celebrated equations in all of mathematics, Euler's formula.
E to the pi I plus 1 equals 0.
Epi I plus 1 equals 0. The housekeeper discovers this formula, written by the professor on just a scrap of paper.
And she looks it up.
She does. Intrigued, she researches it, discovering it's often described as a line of poetry carved on the wall of a dark cave.
That's evocative.
It is. What makes this formula so profound is how it elegantly links 5 of the most fundamental mathematical constants. E, the base of natural logarithms.
Which governs natural growth.
Pi, the ratio defining circles and waves.
Essential to geometry.
I, the imaginary unit, which extends our number system into a whole new dimension.
Right. The square root of -1.
And then the foundational numbers 1 and 0. For these seemingly disparate elements to converge in such a simple, perfect identity, well, it truly feels like discovering a universal law.
A testament to the order underlying the universe.
Exactly, and a powerful symbol of those eternal, unchangeable truths they've been exploring.
In this formula, it takes on an even deeper, almost mystical meaning during that confrontation with the sister-in-law.
Oh, that's a powerful scene. She wrongly accuses the housekeeper of having ulterior motives.
Yeah, exploiting him somehow.
And the professor, in his resolute, silent manner, he simply writes down epi I plus 1 equals 0 on a piece of paper and leaves.
And it just silences the argument.
Completely. The sister-in-law, who also has this past connection to the professor and his genius, she knew the beauty of math. She understands the profound weight of that simple, elegant equation.
Like a statement of unwavering truth.
A rebuke to her accusation that just transcends any verbal argument. It's also found later, isn't it, in a hidden thesis.
Yes. Inscribed, "For N, with my eternal love, never forget."
Which is just heartbreakingly beautiful. A tender, enduring link to the professor's past love, proving that profound connections can leave these indelible marks that defy even the most severe memory loss. Outro.
So ultimately, this deep dive into the housekeeper and the professor, it just reveals how memory, while fragile and often elusive, well, it doesn't define the capacity for love or connection or understanding.
Not at all. The professor, trapped in his 80-minute loop, continuously found ways to connect, to teach, and to protect.
Often through the universal, unchanging language of numbers.
Exactly. It shows us that presence, true engagement in the moment, can be more powerful than chronological recall.
Yeah, the quality of the interaction matters more than the quantity of shared time remembered.
Indeed. The unique relationship between the professor, the housekeeper, and Root, forged in the quiet intimacy of that modest cottage, it demonstrates that true understanding isn't always about shared history.
But about shared presence, a willingness to engage deeply with another's unique world.
It's about finding those peaceful moments amidst life's chaos and appreciating the profound elegance in the unseen, whether it's in a mathematical proof or, a protective embrace.
And what truly lingers after exploring this story, I think, is the idea that sometimes the most profound truths and the deepest, most resilient bonds are found in the most unexpected places.
Like a complex math problem.
Or the roar of a baseball game.
Or just a simple handwritten note on a suit lapel.
Yeah. This unique deep dive into their lives shows us the boundless, persistent power of human connection, even against really overwhelming odds.
It really does. And it raises an important question for you, our listener. How do you define memory in your own life? Is it purely chronological recall, just a sequence of events? Or is it also the indelible marks left by profound connections and shared discoveries, even if the specific details or the timeline fade?
That's a great question. Does the beauty of a concept, like Euler's formula, which bridges these seemingly disparate mathematical worlds,
does it suggest a universal order that transcends our individual human experience of time and memory? Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. Thank you for joining us on this truly fascinating deep dive.
Our pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep connecting those dots both in numbers and in life.